Do you? Alright, so you don't really network and try to go to, the lit popular social route. Do you feel like you get the credit that you deserve out here?
But once again, I know it's because of me. I know it's because of me and the type of personality I got. Like, I hate being around crowds now. The older I get, the more I hate it. Like, I've always been, even in my homegirl hit me up. I don't know if you know. Well, I put because I don't want to put his name in there or whatever. But his name, I forgot what his whole red is, some shit like that. Like, I don't know what he go by now, but he go by. I know I came out with a joint some years ago.
He's a rapper.
Yeah.
I don't think I know.
Oh, okay. Well, she said me and him, we not on speaking terms. But that was my man. Like that. If you seen him, you seen me. Like for years, whatever the case may be. But when we had she had hit me one day, and she was like, I said something, and she was like, you know what he said? She was like, he's like, I always put Bo on the same level with Benny and all them niggas, but Bo's not a people person. Bo just want to do him and disappear. Like, he's content with that. Like, he don't want people to be like, he want his music to be known. He don't want to be popular at all. Like, you know what I mean? And he was around me for years. He knows me. You know what I'm saying? Even to this day, even though we not on speaking terms per se, I can't deny the fact that this nigga probably know me more than anybody else type shit. So that's how it always was with me. You know what I mean? Like, because once I started getting pop, because the school shit was cool. When niggas coming to my school and everybody in the school knew, like, I could handle that. It was nothing. But when it was coming to the point that, like, I'll be somewhere and, like, just some random white boys or some random, like, and so, like, they're, like, talking to me like they know me, and, like, I'm going through my files of trying to figure out where I know this nigga from, only to realize I don't know this nigga.
Yeah.
That's when that shit got uncomfortable to me. I'm like, I don't want that. You know what I mean? Like, so
not really the fame.
Yeah, like that's okay. I didn't like that. You know what I mean? Now it's like I'm trying to embrace all of it per se, but it's like I still, just because I try to embrace it don't mean I'm there with it yet. You know what I mean? I'm still like on some like where I know you from. You know what I mean? Like, or how do you know me type shit, or this, that, and third. Like, that's just because that's never what I was in it for. I was always in it to express myself and to be like, when I was younger, I think I wanted to be like the dopest. But now it's not really that no more. Like, it's not like I'm sitting there trying to be like the illest nigga. Like, now it's just like I just fuck with this shit. Like, I just like doing this shit. You know what I mean? Like, it's not the same. You know what I mean? But I know that that's the biggest thing. It's like I'm not a people like I'll use this as a reference. Like, you know the nigga Saigon. Me and that nigga was cool. Like, well, I ain't gonna say we not cool, but like, me and this nigga used to talk on the phone all the time, this, that, and third. He used to always be like, yo, son, you need to come to New York, and like, we could do some shit. I'm like when I'm calling him and some shit. And he like, yo, you need to come to New York. I'm like, yeah, but how you doing? Like, I'm only calling to say what's up to niggas. You know what I'm saying? Like, and the reason why, which I kind of regret it now, because I'm like, what somebody made me look at it from this aspect, because I used to like everybody at that time that's when he was like popping. And
like right when he came home or something?
Yeah, so like.
So y'all go back to the Sandbox?
Well, no. I met him at the Source, actually. I had
the Source magazine? Yeah,
I met him because my godbrother worked for a magazine here, and one day he had asked me, he was like, it was like 4 niggas. He was like, yo, who you think I should interview? John Doe, Jane Doe, blah, 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 or this nigga named Saigon. All these niggas, he ain't hear about nothing, but I heard about Saigon. I'm like, Saigon. You know what I mean? And he's because I was like, we had a label, like it was called Genus Records and shit like that. And I was his young spitter. So everywhere he go, he taking me. And then, so long story short, Saigon's manager was the nigga that wrote the Source. I mean, he wrote the Unsigned Hype in the Source. His name was Gotti.
Oh yeah, I remember he was in Unsigned. Damn,
yeah, like Gotti was his manager or whatever. So we go to interview interviewed Saigon and shit like that, and then eventually that's when like he kind of just put me on him. Like, yo, like, spit something. Me and the nigga start going back and forth for like an hour and a half after, and like me, I'm like I said, I don't try to impose. So after a while, like, I would stop rapping, and so he'll rap, and then he'd be waiting for me, and like, oh, he ain't going, then he'd spit. I'm like, oh, he want me to rap still. Like, okay, now, cause it's not like I'm imposing, like it's just like, yo, get this little nigga out of here. Like, all right, now it's a mutual thing.
Gotcha.
So that's when I met him and shit like that. But like, what people had brought to my attention, because I'm like, everybody probably trying to get him to do shit for them. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I don't want to be one of them niggas. When I'm calling you, I just want to make sure you good. Oh, you got a show tonight? All right, I'll hit you later. I was just checking on you. I never talked music with him. You know what I mean? But after a while, it's just naturally, and this how long ago, this when like everybody was Sprint phones. Like he had Sprint back then. You know what I mean? That's how long this shit was. But like he will always ask me to come to New York and shit. Like, well, not always, but like I just want to check on your well-being, bro. Like I respect you as a music artist, but I don't want you to think that I'm trying to leech off you. I never said that to him, but that was my mentality. Yeah. And it wasn't until years later I was telling somebody about this story. It was like, but he was always asking you. It's not like you would be he's saying it to you. I was like, that never crossed my mind.
Yeah. Even with you telling me the story, I didn't even think about it like that.
Right. Like I never looked at it like that. I get
it.
Yeah, it was like he was always saying it to you, like, yo, y'all need to do music, y'all need to do music, y'all need to do music. I was just sitting there like, yeah. But you good though? Like,
yo, it's like, I guess we get in our own way a little bit sometimes, unintentionally. Is there anything that you wish you could say to him now?
Shit, keep doing your thing.
Come on, man. Seriously, like, just
no, dead ass. Nah, dead
ass. Too cool, man. Stop being too cool.
Nah,
man.
dead ass. Like, that's one thing I tell people all the time. Like, I tell people this all the time. I'm like, in all my years of rapping and shit like that, when have you ever heard me say, yo, I'm trying to get signed? You've never heard me say those words. You never heard me say I'm trying to get signed. I've always, and especially in Buffalo, and everybody that ever tried to sign me in Buffalo can attest to this. Every time somebody try to sign me in Buffalo, I'm like, I can't rock with you unless I do this Tundra Kid shit. Because I can't imagine myself screaming anything else but Tundra Kids. You know what I mean? Like, and it may not be anything to anybody, but it's everything to me. Because I remember it just being some shit that I just drew on my fucking notebook in detention one day, to some point in time when I started doing shows. As soon as I walk on stage, niggas is screaming Tundra. Like, I got known for that. You know what I'm saying? It got to a point that people thought my name was Bogustice Tundra Kids. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, so to y'all that don't mean nothing with you, but with me, I'm happy living and dying on this ship. You know what I'm saying? I'm not looking like so many niggas like, yo, like when niggas be on Instagram and shit like that, which I appreciate y'all doing this when they be like, yo, tag a dope artist and shit like that. I'm like, yo, I'm never like, cause a couple of niggas inbox me, hit me like some of the niggas about that shit or whatever. I'm not looking for you to put me on. I'm not looking
some
for you to
Some of the niggas hit you about that shit?
I got an inbox from Benny. I got an inbox from not Jada.
Jadakiss?
Not Jada. I'm trying to think. Was it Papoose? Because there's a lot of niggas doing that shit. But it's like,
I mean, it's well deserved.
It's well deserved, but it's not. But it's well deserved coming from the person that tagged me in it. They don't know me.
So are you looking at it like, yo, I want to get my shit rocking where I know I got my fan base of X amount of people, and I'm coming in with leverage.
Basically,
like,
yeah. I want to look you eye to eye.
Yeah, I got
basically, I want to look you eye to eye. Basically, you know what I mean? I want you to have a certain level of respect for, like, if I respect you, I want you to have some amount of respect for me as well already.
So not just like, yo, you nice, but yo, I like how you built this empire. I like how you built this fan base. I like how you.
It don't even have to be that. It don't even have to be that. Okay. It just got to be a level like, yo, like, you're not looking at me as an artist trying to get on. You looking at me as a respect, like, yo, yeah, I heard your shit, fam. Like, yeah, I've been fucking with you since the DJ Shay joint or whatever the fuck. Like, you know what I mean? All right, cool. Like, now it's something different. It's like, okay, it's a level of respect there. as opposed to come on, man. Because I look at that shit as like it's like trying to shop a nigga your demo. Like, you know what I mean? Like, who the hottest artist in your city, whatever the case may be, this, that, and third, then you gonna charge me a fee and this, that, and like, there's no respect there.
Right,
you don't respect me.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean? And that's perfectly. I don't expect you to respect a nigga you don't know. You know what I mean? But that's how I view it. It's like you don't respect me yet, so I don't want you to know me this way. Basically, you know, and I'm pig-headed, so that could definitely be me standing in my own way. But I'm content with that. I'm content knowing that, like, yo, I don't want you to know me until you know me. I don't want you to know me as like some like, dude, so could you listen to my mixtape? Like, you know what I mean? Like, nah, like when you find out about me, I want you to find out about me like, yo, who's some hot niggas in your city or whatever the case may be, and they'd be like, oh, is this nigga named Bogustice? Oh, he from here? Alright, yeah. Cause you heard about me now.
I feel you.
And that's how it is, you know what I mean? And that's just how I feel about it, you know?